Boom, 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 boom.
LA
Boom,
TV.
boom, boom,
When
boom,
in the car,
boom.
when you
Boom,
walk
boom,
TV.
boom,
Listen,
boom,
in the car,
boom.
when you
Boom,
walk
boom,
TV.
boom,
Watch
boom,
LA
boom.
TV.
Boom,
LA
boom,
TV.
boom,
When you
boom,
in the
boom.
car,
Boom,
when you
boom,
walk LA
boom,
TV.
boom,
Listen,
boom.
LA
Boom,
TV.
boom,
LA
boom,
TV. When you
boom,
in
boom.
the car, when
Boom,
you
boom,
walk LA
boom,
TV.
boom,
When you in the
boom.
car,
Boom,
when you
boom,
walk LA
boom,
when
boom,
you in the
boom.
car,
Boom,
when
boom,
you walk
boom,
LA
boom,
when
boom.
you in the car,
Boom,
when
boom,
you walk
boom, boom,
when
boom.
you in the car,
Boom, boom,
when you walk
boom,
in
boom, boom.
when you in the car,
Boom, boom,
when you walk
boom,
TV,
boom, boom.
when you in the car,
Boom, boom,
when you walk
boom,
TV,
boom, boom.
when you in the
Boom,
car,
boom,
watch
boom,
LA
boom,
TV,
boom.
when you in the
Boom,
car,
boom,
when you walk
boom, boom.
TV, when you in the car,
Boom,
or when you
boom,
watch
boom.
TV, when you in the car, or when you walking.
It took 48 hours to get on this screen, y'all. If you can hear me loud and clear, may I have some ones in the chat? Ones in the chat. Hear me, ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. If you can hear me loud and clear, can I have some ones in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plants and animals and everything else that's living here on this planet we call Earth. Today is called Earth. Tomorrow is called chicken noodle soup. Thank you for coming in. My name is elaytv. No, yeah, your name is LA, pronounced like LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you for coming in today. I want to do something a little different, albeit I am live. Q Coolio, rest in peace, Coolio. It's all the way live. Hey, it's all the way live. Cue the breakdown. Live, 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 live. Boom, 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 boom. Live, 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 live. Boom, 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 boom. I like that song, and of course, nobody in my circle at that time did. I made my peace with that a long time ago. It seemed like the songs that I thought were the illest collectively, the African American people in my circle and proxy did not. So, nonetheless, I like Coolio All the Way Live. It's a fun song and it's happy. Now, I don't know if that was the Temptations singing with him, but it was a man group, okay? And so they were dressed up in their suits. You know how, like, our parents' time music, the guys, when they sung, they had suits on and their hair was done, right? And so that's how the guys presented themselves in the Coolio video. So when they sung the chorus, they had on suits, and I think they were white or silver, depending upon probably how the light hit, but they were in unison. All the way live. I'm like, okay, all the way live. It was a smooth song. It was before Snoop Dogg came out with his album, or just smooth, clean, breezy song. So in my opinion, Coolio was the first to lead the charge of rap to say that it's okay to make a ballad that's for the family and something that's clean that you can barbecue off of. So shouts out to Coolio, in my opinion, for coming out with some smooth, clean music outside of Will Smith. Thank you, Coolio. Will Smith. I wouldn't say he's corny. His music was good, but if I had to compare it to All the Way Live's family clean track single, Coolio's was just more smoother. He's got the name Cool in it. It's like you can roller skate to it. It's a smooth gliding song. So nonetheless, today I want to talk about the snow here never fails. You know, we have a crowd out there like MTV once upon a time when they were blocking the streets and the sidewalks because there were too many people, watching MTV live up in the window. So we got to clear a way because every time we go live, there's something going on going by. Those are the people clearing the way for us. How y'all doing out there? I'm waving out the window. Hey, yeah, it's all the way live here. So I think that'd be all, like far as ambulances and stuff going by, so I can continue talking and don't have to talk over it. So today it's a live video, of course, but I'm going to talk about the snow here in Atlanta, Georgia. This is like the second time it's happened this time. What should I say? This is the second time it's happened this year. Maybe 2 weeks ago, we got hit with a lot of snow, right? It was a ton of snow, at least to me. It was enough to make a full-figure snowman. That's the only way I can say. It was a perfect snowman. Would you like to build a snowman? No! So that was cool, and I was able to get some footage for that. It's already up, but I want to share that particular footage of the snowstorm we had about 2 weeks ago that shut work down even for myself and the city. So once the 10-minute marker comes up, I will load up the video so you can see the snow from 2 weeks ago. I was able to catch it towards the tail end, but nonetheless it's documented. So I'm happy about that. That should go rather well. And then I'll get into talking about the things that have been transpiring through the night and yesterday evening by way of accidents and stuff that's been happening here in this state as we undergo an ice storm. So I'm going to get the video set up, which is already in here somewhere. So you can see 2 weeks ago's weather that was documented. And then I'll roll into talking about the stories I've heard last evening all the way to this morning of what's been going on with our glorious weather here in Georgia. I feel sorry for the senior citizens because the majority of them come down here to retire. And now they're freezing. Let me find the glorious video, and I need to get the music queued up. So let me see if there's a way I can show. welcome back. As if I weren't doing anything in the background while the video played. I like how the camera automatically cuts in on me unexpectedly after the video plays. I'm back. Microphone is on. Hot mic. What did she just say about her? Can we block that out? Nope, it's too late. Now we're in a cat dog onesie, y'all. It's a gift to myself for completing reading the complete Atlanta Journal-Constitution, January 1st, 2025, New Year's edition. It was a challenge that I took upon myself by way of accident. Please be advised that it was not a New Year's resolution. I didn't have a New Year's resolution because every time I wake up, as long as I live, and life is infinite, I'm always striving to do better and be better. So what's the point of having a New Year's resolution if I'm consciously every day trying to improve? What's the point? So having said that, I didn't have a New Year's resolution. I accidentally stumbled upon putting myself into a challenge because I wanted to just go through the newspaper, right? And see what the Atlanta Journal-Constitution had to offer. And so I just was like, let me read this article and see how it works. And I was having such a good time. I was like, you know what? Let me just start reading this whole newspaper, at least for this time in my life, and just see how it goes. So I was able to touch on a vast variety of things in the paper outside of just focusing on the arts section, arts and crafts section. So what I learned from that was reading from all parts of the newspaper was kind of intimidating because I was reading articles, i.e. sports, that I'm not well versed on. But I was up for the challenge in that aspect so I could diversify my mind palette in the realm of sports so I can understand what the stats mean more. So with repetition and familiarizing myself with the players and stuff, it's like a 2-in-1, and I'm happy because I have been wanting to learn more about sports. So I will be incorporating random articles in my Atlanta Journal-Constitution portion as time goes on because of me taking a shot at just reading the newspaper all the way through. So yay me. And I finished it. I think it took 12 parts. 12 parts, and they are in order of me reading that newspaper. So now we're here talking about the snow. It's what you've all been waiting for. Here in Atlanta, Georgia, we've been hit with yet a second snowstorm. This one is mainly emphasis on ice, okay? She was cold as ice. Dun, 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 dun. Something I know. Dun, dun. No, that was a good song, too. We started out strong, so we like, oh, man, this song going to be hot. Okay. So I typed in a little bit I typed in icy weather in Atlanta, Georgia, okay? And the top stories that were provided were from AtlantaLiveNews.com, Atlanta News First, Fox 5 Atlanta, and Atlanta News First made it again. But before I get into what they have to say at this current time, I will start in chronological order based on what I can remember. And that is the fact that yesterday evening it was breaking news that a bar is closed because a car slid into the bar. Now, I don't know if that was a smooth tactic because, folks want free drinks to stay warm out here. And homeless people have cell phones. So I don't know if they called their friend to, drive the car to the bar so they can all get some free drinks and stay warm in the heat of the night or what. But nonetheless, the car drove into the bar and there's a big old hole in the bar. And if they don't get it under wraps before it's too late, the bar will be liquidated. So I'm gonna see if I can find that. Car drives into bar in Georgia. Then maybe I can read it. that's where I wanted to start off with first. Car crashes into, that's what it's called. I'm going to read it from the Atlanta News first because, as you know, hashtag Meow Cat, who was also employed with us on here on LATV platform, he prefers to read from the Atlanta, what is it? Atlanta Alive News. What is the news? Let me see. 11 Alive News. So hashtag Meowcat, who is employed through this platform, prefers to read through 11 Alive News. So I won't read through that just in case he wants to come on and read that for himself. So I won't take away his shine. So I personally like Atlanta News first. So here in Atlanta News first, there's an article here, and it says video shows diners scrambling after car crashes through Stone Mountain restaurant. I want to share my screen, but I've got all these pop-ups, and I don't think I want to just deal with closing all of the commercials out all the time because they just keep popping up. So perhaps next video I'll open up a separate window so we don't have to deal with the pop-up. So it says video shows diners scrambling after car crashes through Stone Mountain restaurant. Guess they're going to save someone else. Y'all hear that? Diners at Stone Mountain restaurant were sent scrambling Saturday after a car drove into the restaurant. Crash into a ditch. Stone Mountain, Georgia, Atlanta News first. Diner at Stone Mountain restaurants were sent scrambling Saturday after a car drove into the restaurant. The incident happened at Fresca Terrora in Roxville Village Shopping Center. Now, this is old. So this is an old article because as I read this, I'm like, no, this isn't the restaurant. But unfortunately, since I read it, I will have to categorize it in the description. This car crashing through a bar actually happened November 9th, 2024. And it's a shame and a pity. A pity and a shame. And I'm just noticing right now that my camera is involuntarily going out of focus. I need to fix that. There. So, let me go back. I had to try to remember. That's the article I read. It's called Buckhead Saloon. Let me put the title in. I need to read this article. Here it is. I want to read it from. How is the 11 Alive News not talking about it? By way of hashtag Meowcat, I don't want to read from the 11 Alive News because that's his thing. And I don't want to upset hashtag Meowcat. Because those of you who come to LATV to specifically follow the cat news, he can get irritable. And I'm not trying to irritate him and he'll be the next grumpy cat. We don't need that right now. Rest in peace, the original grumpy cat, by the way. So here it is from WSB TV, Atlanta 2 News. It says here car crashes into Buckhead Saloon. That's it. Because of icy conditions. Atlanta only damages was left behind after a vehicle slid into the Buckhead Saloon. Atlanta officers were called to a vehicle accident at 31 Irby Avenue in Northwest Atlanta. APD, also known as Atlanta Police Department, did not say if anyone was in the building at the time of the crash. The driver told Channel 2's Courtney Francisco, he slid on the snow into the building. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported. The driver's identity has not been released. Now, having said that, when my husband and I were watching the news live last evening, it was reported through Atlanta News First that it was people in the building when this happened. So miraculously, all of a sudden in WSB TV2, ADP did not say if anyone was in the building. What the news yesterday told us, there were people in the building because the saloon was open when the car crashed. And it was up in the day, like they was up in the club, you know? So allegedly the person is okay. And according to this article, they don't know if somebody was in there or not. But we all know someone was in there. As cars went by the camera, as they were recorded live from the saloon, talking about people are still trying to get home before the roads freeze over. But the roads had already frozen over, i.e. the car sliding into the bar. I would like to know the status of the bar. Is it still holding on to hope, or is it, gone in the wind? Oh my goodness, let me see. Let me put this on here. I haven't seen any updates on the news today, which is this morning, to see what the holdup is with the car. If the car has been successfully removed from the bar and whether or not they boarded it up. I would like to know a follow-up about that. But as of now, the only thing they have is something from 17 hours ago and 15 hours ago. I don't see any updates in reference to that. So I'll leave it there. But what a way to start the winter apocalypse here, then by a car crashing into the bar. Now I'll go to my articles and see what the news people have to offer. I'll just simply read through the headers so you guys can get abreast of what's going on, and for myself too. Live updates: DeKalb County declares state of emergency following snowfall. This was 4 hours ago. Atlanta News First says Atlanta sees about an inch of snow during the second winter storm of the year. And for Fox 5 Atlanta News, Georgia winter weather cold snap continues to put Atlanta on ice. Now, if that don't sound like an ice capade / Broadway musical, now introducing Atlanta on Ice, starring. Man, I want to go see Atlanta on Ice. But how would you take me to see Atlanta on Ice? Honey, all you gotta do is turn on the TV. Stop being so cheap. You know what I mean. Remember, I think it was remember when Eddie Murphy said that joke about his mom and parents being really cheap, and he wanted McDonald's. He got to witness and experience what McDonald's was, and he, just like every little kid, all they want is McDonald's, and they whine and cry if they don't get it. So Eddie Murphy was talking about a time in his life when he experienced McDonald's, and he wanted McDonald's for dinner. His mom did the same thing most black parents do. They ask you the most stupidest question, already knowing they're going to say no, so why ask? So Eddie Murphy's mom asked him, "Sweet honey child," I'm loosely paraphrasing to make the story not sound so dreadful. "Sweet honey child," Eddie Murphy was like, "Yes, mama. What do my sweet baby child want for dinner today?" "My mom wants some McDonald's." "Oh, honey, you can get McDonald's right here." And so Eddie Murphy begins to describe descriptively as his mom turned around to the refrigerator, also known in his time as the ice box, and she began to take out lettuce, tomatoes, hamburger, and bread. Oh, not buns, but bread. His mama turned on the stove, which was a gas stove apparently, I think, and she got the cast iron skillet and put it on there. He saw her taking out the hamburger and putting like bell pepper in there, dicing up bell pepper and onion and stuff in there. And then Eddie Murphy began to cry because his mom said that they could have McDonald's at home. And his mother started to explain to Eddie Murphy how homemade food is better and healthier. And she explained to him all the things that she was putting into this hamburger patty. Once again, bell peppers, which was green, and some onions. The two things that don't belong in a McDonald's Happy Meal. So she already messing up. So he started to cry because he's stating the obvious as I did. That don't go into McDonald's food. And then on top of that, as he observes his mother attempt to make a homemade McDonald's hamburger from home, he also notices that she isn't taking the time to press the patty down so it can at least stay some type of flat. She doesn't take the time to flatten out the patty. So it's all out of shape, and he really don't want it. And then he begins to break down again because instead of a bun, she uses bread. I'm done. Don't give me that, especially if we don't have buns. This was the time I grew up in. I used to have breakdowns as a child too, like Eddie Murphy. When my mom said that same BS to me, what you want for dinner? I want McDonald's. I knew I wasn't going to get it. So like hamburgers and cheeseburgers. Fine. Make the hamburgers and cheeseburgers, but why are you putting all that stuff in it? Just make it flat and put some cheese on top. Can you keep the patty flat? Please, can you keep the patty flat? And please don't put it on no bread. I'm about to die. I cannot do this. I am trying to work with you as a child, knowing that y'all cannot afford McDonald's and y'all too egotistic to say it. Then you gonna put it on some bread. I don't want to eat. I don't want it. I don't want this. I don't want this. My mom used to get mad. Like, I'm working with you. I'm a child. I'm working with you. Just put it. Please don't put that on bread. It's not the same. I'll just eat oatmeal. I don't want it. I don't want it. Just don't. It was hard to eat the food because the presentation was horrible, you know? Before I knew that, chefs knew that presentation of food is everything. No matter what type of budget you're on, if you're on a poor budget or a medium budget or an expensive budget, don't just throw the food in there because you're not happy with what you have. At least cook it with love. That'll smooth off the edges, you know. Don't just throw the food in there, stir it around like, here. It makes the whole situation worse. Like, I cannot eat this. It was hard, y'all. So what I did to get through eating it, I had separated everything out of my hamburger. So I took the bread off because it was saturated with ketchup and mustard and it was soggy anyways. How could I eat that? The lettuce and all that stuff, that was optional. So I took the bread off and ate the hamburger separate so I wouldn't get sick and disgusted at what this was supposed to be. And that's how I got through eating a hamburger as a child when we didn't have buns and stuff like that. So I turned it into make it look like something else. But I felt Eddie Murphy's pain, and so did everybody else in that studio or arena he was at because they were falling out laughing. And I'm not sure if that Eddie Murphy joke was when he was wearing the all red suit or not. Shameless plug, guys. I did make a video in reference to Eddie Murphy and his comical things that he said in there. And it's under the celebrity news and things category, and it's called Dear Eddie Murphy. And it's just me giving my shout out to him, thanking him for introducing another facet of comedy to us, i.e., you know, getting into different characters to express himself, i.e., the clumps, okay? And then just sharing those stories of like the one I just shared with you when he was poor and his mom said we can eat McDonald's at home. And the burger was trash and it didn't look anything like it, you know, and he was having this breakdown and everybody could relate in the audience. So I give him a shout out for that. And Cedric the Entertainer, I made one for Gwen Stefani as well. So that's somewhere in the celebrity news and things category if you're interested. How did we get to this subject? I haven't the slightest idea, but that's just how it goes in the world of LATV live stream. One idea sparks the next and so on and so on. I'm going to refresh the page to see if there are any more weather updates as far as the snow thing. 32 minutes ago, Okay, so they just showed a picture of a highway. I'm not going to go into the article, but the picture did change. They're showing the exit, and I don't know how in the world these highways are still filled with cars. What were these people thinking? Only thing I can say is I just got a notification while I was in the process of going live here, and it said that our store is closed. So maybe people are starting to get notifications to just go home. Go home. There's nothing to see here. Pack it in. So that's the only thing I can imagine why these people are on these expressways. Also, late last night, I told you about the car crashing into the saloon. There is no further updates on how that's going. And the next one was in the night. I heard on the news that a water main broke on an expressway, so traffic had to come to a halt because this was going into the evening when the sun was dang near going down, so everything was about to turn into ice. If it hadn't already. The water main broke over the expressway, so traffic had to stop where they were because the ice was just spilling out into the expressway and freezing. They had the people out there, the dot people, the green dot people, wherever they are, it's dot something people out there stopping traffic, about to redirect them after they got the ice taken care of. But I don't recommend y'all getting out of your cars because there's a lot of wood patches here in this fine state of Georgia. And, we have bears out here, real live bears, and Bambi don't just exist in these woods. So I recommend you please stay in your cars at night if you win and if you get stranded out there in the night and they shut the road down and there is absolutely nowhere for you to go. Don't go out there to use the bathroom or stretch your legs, or you might not return to your car because you might get eaten. And that's the honest truth. So that's not funny. Oh yeah, the times are changing. Honey, the times are changing. So just like they urge us to stay in our houses, if you are caught out there in the expressway and road, especially in the middle of the forest, we urge you to stay in your cars and just wait for a clearance to come. I don't know how long it takes before the road people deem it okay to pass, because right now I do have sunlight coming in, okay? We have sunlight coming through my window, right? So this will be the most opportune time to get home to safety, because as soon as the sun sets, it is true, it's going to freeze back up. What we're experiencing in my mind is how the desert acts. You're burning up hot, walking through the Sahara Desert, and then as soon as the sun sets, you're freezing like you're in Antarctica. That was the two things that caught my attention in reference to all this. I'm not sure how the weather's going to be tomorrow, but I'm interested in finding out now. As of now, the what do you call this? MSNBC News is currently talking about things I'm not interested in. I'm going to look for the weather part like I did before to see on what's going on, so I can give you, to the best of my ability, a full detail on how the weather is going. All I can say right now, this year, the weather stations have been batting 1,000 as far as being accurate on the weather. This is not a test run. That's all I'll say. So we have currently, it is 29 degrees Fahrenheit. And let me see, how will it wane in the night? How will the temperatures drop? The winds are blowing 4 miles an hour. And I need to see how it's going to be tonight. Today's the 22nd already. Y'all, where did the 20th go? Where did the 20th go? So right now it's 29 degrees, 3 p.m. It'll be 36 degrees. So the highest point is going to be 36 degrees, y'all. So the snow will be still melting. Snow starts to freeze out. Well, either when does snow start to freeze? I used to know that because it's imperative. I need to put that back into my memory bank. It's either 30 or 32. When does snow SNOW start STAR2? Should I say melt or freeze? Either way, you'll get your answer. 32 degrees. Snow starts to melt when the temperature reaches above 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius, which is the freezing point of water. However, factors like sunlight, wind, and the type of snow can also influence how quickly it melts, even if the temperature is slightly below freezing. Thank you, AI Overview, for explaining that to me. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is when snow starts to melt. So, let me find the weather again. The weather again. La, the weather again. So, at 3 p.m. today, it will be great because it'll be 36 degrees. That'll be a nice time to get home, too. If you are uncertain, just wait till that time, the highest point. So, if you have to, unfortunately, get out on the expressway or drive all the way back from work to home because they're smart enough to finally close the building down. The best time on here, from which calendar or whatever I'm looking at, is at 3 p.m. But I recommend you check the weather yourself because in each part of this state, everyone's experiencing various weather things. So tonight, no, that says Thursday. Today is Wednesday. And so by 11 p.m., it will be 27 degrees. And then by Thursday, it looks like it's going to start getting colder Thursday. But that's enough chart reading. I'm not trying to, I'm not going to get all into that. Check the weather. I did my best to inform y'all. Stay in the car. Don't get eaten by bears or coyotes or whatever else is out there in the forest. So, before you leave, y'all, if you are at work, I urge you to get a bottle of water from work or fill up something with some water. If you have access to a blanket at work, ask your manager if you can use this blanket because they already know what time it is just in case you get stranded in your car. Wherever you are, see if you can get at least a bottle of water and y'all take y'all some chips before y'all get out on that road because you don't know what other delays you're going to hit. Because every time I go into the living room and see the weather, they're talking about another delay because water mains are steady breaking. And maybe an hour before I got on this live, y'all, it was like 5 cars in an accident. So that blocked the whole thing. And they showed people turning around to go the other way. One truck, a TRUCK, those trucks that are the step above the plain Jane pickup trucks, well, that truck was spinning, y'all. It did a whole turn. It was just surfing on the ice, y'all. So be prepared and be mindful. Take a blanket, take some water if you can. Ask. They'll be understanding. Something you can eat like some crackers so you can be warm. And if y'all smoke, please take a lighter so y'all can calm your nerves out there and don't be getting eaten up by bears and wolves. Just tough it out. Y'all just stay calm and tough it out. That's about the best advice I can give you guys. Heaven forbid you get caught out there, but at least you'll have something. And if you feel that you're not going to be able to go on while you're in the middle of the road, find a safe place to park for that evening. Because I believe MARTA is shut down too. I recommend you parking in the Walmart parking lot because it's 24 hours and at least you'll have access to heat and to the restrooms, and they will surely understand why you are in there. They might even open up the Subway or whatever restaurant y'all have at y'all Walmart. It depends. Some Walmarts still thankfully have a McDonald's. Some Walmarts have a Subway, and some have some janky looking food place. But nonetheless, they might let you wait in there to wait it out. Okay, so let's use our brains. If you don't feel like you can go on, at least get to a plaza that's where it has a store that's 24 hours, so you can at least be safe. And if you don't have access to a Walmart, at least park in the plaza because it's well lit. And heaven forbid you have to use the bathroom. At least you know you're not surrounded by trees, so you can go potty behind the building. Yes, I said it. These are survival tactics that you have to take, and I'm quite sure the police won't mind because we are all in survival mode. This concludes our broadcast day in reference to announcements. I'm going to play a commercial, y'all, so you can see all the fun things that happen here on elaytv. I will be playing the not that one, the newspaper one. Okay, let's go. Like it's move a song, or you saying a joke. But this must be the political side. Have you ever seen a newspaper start right up? Oh, never mind. Here we go. I'm answering my own question. Have you ever seen a newspaper start out with the political section? Never in my life. Cue Tina Turner. Never in your wildest dreams. Something. But this says, and right in the title, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So of course they're gonna start it with political things. I don't want to start into heavy, baby. You're just too heavy for me. Effie, they did Effie so wrong in that movie. She was like, but I'm in pain. And then they gonna all sing together, Effie, we all have pain. I'm like, dog, she physically is like dying. And she's telling y'all, and y'all gonna tell her we all have pain. How in the world is this happening? Not only are they putting glasses, glass in the suit, J's on my feet, and glass in my suit. Hey, y'all, I'm laughing so much, I'm crying. Oh, what have I done? So, I'm gaining so much inspiration, and I know once you listen to the videos, if you haven't, you'll pull the same inspiration as it's 10, 9, 8, T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5, 4. It's something in my eye. Let me let the grown folks talk amongst the grown folks. Don't let my blackness come out on this screen and scare away my precious community of people who giving up their time here at 5:52 a.m. in the morning on November 13th. They could be anywhere, but they're here, and you're messing up everything. I'm sorry y'all had to see that. That's another side of me y'all should never ever see. At least on camera. You know, moo. Check out moo. Like it's move a song. or you saying the joke. But this must be the political side. Have you ever seen it? O-N-I-O-N. O-N-I-O-N-N-O-I-O-N. Do you know what that means? O-O-I-O-N-O-I-N. DeVine Do you know what that means? If you ain't on, sit down. 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 Add to stage. Here I am adding some hashtags to the live stream as the commercial plays. Let me finish this really quickly. Let the commercial play. Something, something. Yeah. Let the commercial play. Something, something, something. What was I gonna put in here? Oh yeah. Cat, dog, and Nickelodeon cat dog. You guys know how to spell Nickelodeon. C-K-L-O. Nickelodeon. N-I-C-K-L. O-D-E. Ah, boy. N-I-C-K-L. O-D-E-A-N. Cat. Oops. Cat, dog, and then Nickelodeon. N-I-C-K-L. There we go. I have a few hashtags in there to get the things going. Thank you guys for waiting as I put that in there. Advertisement on what I put out in the morning. It's the Atlanta Journal Constitution video, and it's pretty darn fun. Let me see if I'm not missing anything. I know off the top of the record, those were the two. Well, I shared 3 stories that were groundbreaking to me. Yes, groundbreaking and earth-shattering to me in reference to this snow here. This is the second time this has happened in the first month of the year 2025. At least here in Georgia, we are experiencing snow and ice. Dun, 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 dun. Everything shut down. The news interviewed a mom and daughter at a grocery store, and they were like, yeah, we're just stocking up on eggs and bread and milk. And the mom was like, yeah, we went in there and the shelves are empty. There's not much left. We're going to just stock up, you know? So that's what's been going on here. Folks panicking. They doing the light panic, you know. This is Georgia. Folks like to put on a facade. They light panicking on the outside, down on the inside skirt. When they go to the grocery store, you know, I better get this food because I don't know where we're going to be able to get out of here. I don't know what we're going to do. Oh, man, please, y'all, slow down with these space heaters. Let's mind over matter this a little bit. Let's do less on the space heaters, especially y'all if you live in an apartment complex. Let's be mindful of the space heaters, please, because y'all not just living alone. You're living above, around, and on top of people. And if you are irresponsible and catch your on fire, theirs is going to be too. Please do a welfare check around your house when the space heater is on at least every 20 minutes, okay? To make sure, especially if you have kids or other people who have come into your house because perhaps their stuff isn't working, because that happens too. You know, if your house is too cold, you go to your family and friends and wait it out. So be advised, I recommend checking the rooms if you have space heaters home to make sure there's no clothing around it. It's not in the outlet where it's overloaded like on not Saturday Night Live, but National Lampoon's Christmas Story. You want to see if you can thread out some of those electric cords so it won't be burning up in one socket because you can risk fire. Because you're not the only one running the space heater and have the heat on Hades, okay? So it's collectively putting a toll on the thing where the energy comes from, right? So do us all a favor, save yourself, make some rounds Honey child, please, if you're lighting candles, be mindful of lighting the candles for peace of mind, okay? It's cold out here and firefighter people are overwhelmed already. Please be mindful of the space heaters. Take advantage of the time. This is the warmest time all the way up to 3 o'clock. So if you want to just band together, dial down your heater for now, and then brace for it to be cranked back up around the 4 p.m. time. That's also smart too for your bill's sake and for the load of the electricity going on. Because if they're closing things down, I can only assume that your kids are at home too. So it's quadrupling that energy bill. So the little things do add up. You guys, I'm wearing a onesie. Put on the onesie. Get those really cool snuggies so you can put on an extra layer so you can be comfortable, okay? Minimize your light consumption if you can because it's daytime now, so there's technically no need to have all the lights burning. I just want you guys to be safe and warm and wherever you are, and I don't want any more fires to happen because we see that too. We see people losing their homes behind these space heaters, okay? Let's get through this together, but with wisdom. Let me see if I'm not missing anything. I kind of want to share another video with you guys before I take off. Let me see what I have in here. But I really had a great time talking about the snow and the weather. And my super cool present is the cat dog onesie. This is the life, y'all. I really enjoy being on here. And my husband's really been helping me figure out a better way to make this work for myself, and it's just been working. So thank you for that. I just been having a good time on here. I'm looking through my video catalog to see what's on here right now, so I can showcase something else while I'm live on here. Maybe I can fix the screen so it will showcase not only myself reacting to my own video. I could play a video in the background. A couple of days ago, I talked about Wendy Williams and all the things that are going on. So I actually have a separate intro for Wendy Williams. So if you're interested, I might not play that one though, but I do have a separate intro for Wendy Williams for all of you to know. Yeah, so I put that on. I played the commercial. This is the shark. I will play the shark one because I want to get to an hour. We have 56 minutes and I want to make this a full hour. So I'll put on the shark commercial thing.
It's a shark. This is my show. This is my show. It is a shark. It's a shark. This is my show. It's a show. This is a shark. I am a shark. I am the shark. This is a shark. 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 Bark. Bark. This is a shark. I am the show. This is the shark. I am the show. This is the shark. I am the show. I am the show. I am the show. Bark. Bark. This is the shark. I am the show. This is the shark. I am the show.
All right, I showed you guys the shark. It's time for me to get out of here. It's 56 minutes. I think that'll be enough time. All right, thank you for coming in. My name is Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but breezy. Stay warm and stay safe.
Boom, 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 boom.
elaytv, when the car, when you walk, when the car, when you walk, when the car, or when you walk, when the car, when the car, or when you walk, when the car, or when you walk, when the car, when you walk, when the car, or when you walk, when the car, when the car, when you're walking, when the car, when you walk, when the car, when the car, when you walking, when you walking.